get the feel of what it feels like when you're doing this. So you can already tell where I'm going with this. This is not a good one to start with because most people are not fond of the idea of starting an interaction like this. And I do this particularly so you'll start to get the idea, no touching until you've done a visual verbal, and only then are you allowed to do the touch. You got to make sure they come together. So here's what we're going to do. You close your eyes. People with dementia, put your hands behind your back because I want you to feel incredibly vulnerable. That's what this disease does. It robs you of skills, so you suddenly are pretty vulnerable. And you thought you were confident. Okay, so caregivers, here's what you're going to do. You watch me and do to them what I do to my person. Okay, y'all should have your eyes closed. There should be no peeking. Notice how many of you opened them up to see what I was up to.
All right, so, because I don't want you to see what's going on here, get into pairs. One person is going to be the resident, the community member, the person living with dementia. The other person is going to be the caregiver. The caregivers need to meet up here with me.
Lauren, I guess.
Then you can go ahead and sit, one of you, whoever's living with dementia, you're going to sit in one of those blue chairs back there.
I'll have dementia.
You'll have to mention.
Probably.
Welcome to my world.
So are people living with dementia? I have all my peoples here.
Oh, and we can have our eyes closed?
You're going to have your eyes closed. You're going to have your hands behind your back. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Okay, all right. How did go ahead and open up your eyes. How did you feel?
I didn't down.
Violated.
Violated.
I did not like him touching my hair.
All right, all right. What did you want to do?
Hit. I was just hoping they'd stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, caregivers, how did you feel about it?
It goes against what I was taught, so I needed to explain to her first.
I don't like sneaking up.
Okay.
That's not good.
Okay, all right, all right. Dawn?
Yeah,
Sorry about touching.
with Lauren, you have to explain what you're doing.
All right.
First of all, you have to see if they see you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, all right. All right, and so what I'd like you to do is, we're supposed to have another pair in here, but that's okay. 3 of you go into one little group and 3 of you into the other little group. And what I'd like for you guys to discuss is, so find out what you guys felt about it, what you found yourself wanting to do, and what you think people living with dementia might be feeling while you were doing that. Not just yourself, but what living with dementia, how do you think they'd be feeling? So 3 to a little group. Okay. There you go. There you go.
So we're discussing how we feel.
So from which perspective are we discussing?
How people would feel if you're trying to help them do something, if they're living with dementia.
I was just so confused.
Scared, frustrated.
What is going on? Why is this person touching me?
Yeah.
And we always, when
I
you
don't
come
like
down to
thinking
the
of it,
touch,
touch
especially
someone
if they're
that's
in a chair.
Right.
If they're
Right,
in a
that would be
chair,
my
they're
Touching
standing
you,
up
so they
straight.
see you.
They can't see your lips.
Or
Or
you
your
can
face.
understand what you're even
They're
doing.
in the head.
Even if they can see you, I mean, like, right,
I'm
hands,
gonna make the
you know,
contact first.
you have to
Visual,
where
let
they're
them see you.
belonging.
Yeah, if I'm gonna do your hair.
Yeah, I could see
Gonna
just
do your hair.
confused.
I don't have a whole lot there, but maybe that way you can see it coming in up to where the hair would be.
I need my space.
I think
You think?
We also need to ask
It's
them.
like in-
But in you, yeah, that's how
You
you're
might not
perceiving
think
things
that,
and that may not
yeah.
be how,
You think they understand, but they don't.
right.
And we get
And the
into
church
it,
too.
he doesn't know what to do.
All right.
So I was-
Is everybody about done here? Did you have a common theme between the three of you?
I think so.
Yeah.
And do you wanna share that?
No,
I'm with him.
I think we kind of agreed on just the amount of confusion that they might be experiencing and us thinking that maybe the caregiver thinking they're processing and maybe they're not actually processing. I mean, sometimes we might perceive that they are,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
I'm wrong,
All
so.
right. So maybe not processing what we feel like they should be processing. That's good.
allowing them the time to absorb what's going to happen.
But that can be a while.
It can,
Okay.
but in my minimal experience or whatever, is that if you don't give them that time, you may get something else.
So time, allowing them time, or how long could that time be? Those are all really good comments and thoughts about all this. I heard really great discussion too. Okay, so let's, do you feel like possibly it's true that we often do to instead of do with?
Well, I think we're very task oriented, so we have to get these tasks done. There isn't a lot of time for our staff to allow for that necessary time to process.
Sure.
And so the tasks are being completed regardless of whether or not that's
So
the
doing,
proper care or timing
Right.
of the care that needs to be given.
And
So
see, if you're
doing-
at home, you can allow that time.
sure,
You
sure.
can go do something else.
But when you're trying to get everyone up and
Yeah.
get them out to breakfast or,
Exactly,
That's-
exactly, yeah, so
Well, and it
because
doesn't-
we've
it's
got
not
our
also
agenda.
when they go at home, because if you're at home, those people feel like, all right, well, I've gotta get you ready for I can get you somewhere because I've gotta go to the grocery store, or I've gotta be the doctor in 15 minutes, and so you don't, even at home, you don't have ample time to process because they're thinking that they have to do that right now.
Great discussion, so, all right, so you guys can come on back up here.